What does Zyn give you? Not just smoke-free nicotine satisfaction, but real freedom. Freedom to do what you love and choose your rewards. With Zyn Rewards, you can redeem points for premium tech, outdoor gear, and gift cards to your favorite retailers. Find your Zyn and keep finding rewards that fit your lifestyle at zyn.com/rewards. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Now's a good time to remember where tequila's story truly began. In 1795, Cuervo invented tequila.
Cuervo.
What are you doing here?
Cuervo. Anytime someone says Cuervo, I show up.
Well, I do know that to be true, but even during ad reads, like...
Cuervo.
I think you could lay out, especially for one of our great partners.
Sweet, delicious Cuervo.
Since then, Cuervo has stayed true to its roots. The same family, the same land, the same passion.
Cuervo.
So, enjoy the tequila that started it all. Cuervo.
Cuervo.
The tequila that invented tequila. Proximo. Cuervo.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cuervo. Shadow Show.
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 Shadowing it.
Shadowing it. I just walked into the studio, and as I was walking to my seat, I caught a glimpse of what was on Greg Cody's computer. Greg, do you want to tell the shipping container what just happened, or would you like me to?
Well, at least it wasn't porn. No, you can tell it.
I think I'd like to start the show today, Chris, with you just going through your dad's browser history, because I think you guys will be fully unsurprised by what it reveals. So I walk in, and on Greg Cody's computer is a photo of Greg Cody making a funny face. And as I'm coming in, that photo disappears. And I'm like, oh, let me see that again. And I'm like, no, not that tab, the one before it. Greg Cody show featuring Greg Cody. No, the one before it. Greg Cody's Miami Herald column. The one before it. Greg Cody show featuring Greg Cody. All his tabs were himself. All of his tabs were him just checking in on himself in a variety of different ways.
No, I mean, that was coincidental.
Chris, you think your dad still does porn?
I'd shockingly vote no.
I don't think so either. Or if he does, like he'll do it like analog.
Yeah. What does that mean, does porn?
Well, just that you watch porn, not that you star in it.
Oh,
yeah. No.
Got to be careful there, yeah. When you say do.
No, Chris
I knew where you were.
Yeah. No, I don't think he does.
Nah, I don't think so.
You don't have to answer this at all. We're just talking around you.
You notice I didn't answer that.
Yeah.
There is an age where I would guess that people tap out on that, and I'm going to say that that's Greg Cody's age.
Maybe like once a year when the house is empty.
I got to tell you, once the hub was like verify your age, I'm like, I don't want to do this, and I just stopped.
The verb "does" is the wrong verb to use when asking anybody about porn.
Yeah.
That's just, you could use any other verb, I think. Well, no, stars in would also be problematic, but
any action verb feels bad.
Wait a minute, you guys aren't amused by the fact that I'm not kidding when I say all 5 of Greg's tabs were just him checking in on himself. It was an inception of his narcissism. Like that his computer only exists so he could check in on himself on things he's doing.
Well, the photo you saw happens to be on my YouTube, the Greg Cody Show YouTube channel. And so I have that listed.
Just happens to be up.
Yeah, so, because my new episode dropped this morning, and so I'm tracking how it's doing, that's all.
It dropped an hour and a half ago.
Tracking how it's doing? It's not even 9 a.m. yet.
I understand that. It dropped at 7.
How many people you believe roll out of bed 7 a.m. like, gotta get to that Cody podcast?
Hundreds.
You all right?
I get choked up when I think about Cody.
Thank you, Zaz.
The 5 tabs, though, doesn't strike you as excessive? Like, it doesn't strike you as excessive that every tab we went to before that was just you checking in on yourself?
Look, I'm looking at my tabs right now. I have my dashboard of Miami Herald stuff. I have my Greg Cody Show podcast tab. I've got my Twitter account. It's always going to be Twitter to me. My Threads account, my Facebook account, my Blue Sky account.
Facebook?
Yeah, I do Facebook.
We know.
Your YouTube is up there as well?
Uh-huh. My YouTube channel is doing really well. Last week, we the Family Olympics, where I competed against my granddaughter, has almost 5,000 views, which is good for my YouTube channel, so it's good. But enough about me.
Hey everybody, it's Mike. Down here in South Florida, as the audience well knows, we've been celebrating a proper championship, and we've been enjoying every minute of it. And by my side throughout that entire championship celebration has been Miller Lite. Yeah, I wanted to make my championship time a Miller time because much like most of the fun memories I've had as an adult, Miller Lite has been right there by my side, supplementing every experience. And now that I'm about to travel during the summer, you can rest assured I'm going to be having plenty of Miller Lite along the way, because that's what summer's all about. And since 1975, Miller Lite has been right there in all those memories for you listening right now. It's the 50th anniversary of Miller Lite. That's 50 years of great taste, great friends, great moments. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. Cheers to 50 years of Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Hey friends, the summer's here. That means more sun, it means more light, it means more time to do all the things that make summer so special all around the country. And the number one thing that I don't want to be doing all summer is spending hours cooking inside. That's where Factor comes in. Factor's chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals are ready in just 2 minutes, taking the hassle out of eating well. Factor meals arrive fresh and ready to eat. They're perfect for any active lifestyle over summer and beyond. For me, guys, I use Factor as a meal supply for me literally all the time. I just recently ordered 7 different meals, and it got me over the course of a couple of different weeks. I had the grilled teriyaki salmon that was really delicious. I had some roasted garlic chicken. There was a chicken cacciatore. Every single time that I think maybe this one isn't for me, it ends up being as good, if not better, than any version of that meal I've ever tried. I love Factor meals. So you should get started at factormeals.com/Dan50off. And use code DAN50OFF to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code DAN50OFF at factormeals.com/Dan50off for 50% off plus free shipping. factormeals.com/Dan50off.
This is the Dan Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
You guys should have seen how proud of himself Greg Cody was as an old-timey sports writer coming in here with finger guns and saying, "Hey, Dan, Wimbledon won by a couple of dope fiends."
That's right. I love that phrase, dope fiends. It harks back to my youth.
You love that phrase.
Yeah, I used to read Mad Magazine all the time, and dope fiends is like one of those phrases that you associate with the 50s and the 60s, the beatnik era. And,
What's your word association? Like, what's the face you picture? With a dope
who do you
fiend?
pick first?
With the two dope fiends?
Like when someone says, who's a dope fiend?
Oh, a dope fiend implied somebody in the 50s who was on the early side of like shooting heroin or something like
So
that.
when you close your eyes,
right.
what does the avatar look like?
Yeah, who do you think of?
Does it look like a specific person?
No.
When you close your eyes and think of a dope fiend, do you
No.
think of anybody?
No, I don't.
Okay. Just
Why?
a generic
Thanks,
archetype.
Thanks for playing.
Thank you. You're
Well,
very good at
Yes.
this.
Like, what are you implying?
Yeah.
Like, who should I be
It's,
thinking?
It's all right, man. You
always
know what?
great.
That's on us.
It's always great when he comes in here and all he's got is a phrase. Like he doesn't have
Right.
any elaboration. He
Wanna
just-
build out this world with you?
We were trying to work with you, but he just started getting confused by your questions.
This is a fun playground. Let's play in it with Greg.
No.
Explore
have
the space.
I have more to say about both Wimbledon champions having been suspended for doping. It's an embarrassment to Wimbledon. And here's the thing about dope fiends. Once they serve their time, it's as if we forget that they cheated. You know, like in the coverage of Wimbledon, nobody says, Swiatek is coming back from a blankety-blank penalty. She used to be the number one tennis player in the world, number one female. Now she's number 8. Why? Because she missed so much time after doping. Same with Yannick Sinner, of course, the appropriately named Yannick Sinner.
This energy for Ekblad.
Well, you know what? He did his time, but but he can't make it go away. In other words, if I'm writing the history of Aaron Ekblad, it's not the lead paragraph, but it's certainly mentioned.
I just realized that Greg Cody on a Monday morning after a weekend of porn that he is like a car that doesn't start so well after 70 years. Like you're just trying to turn it over. The words don't come. And so he's a professional broadcaster talking about Wimbledon. Mm-hmm. And it's the first words of the show in sports analysis. And he's like, yada, yada, whatever, whatever. And he just doesn't have the words that he needs to talk about championship sport.
Well, Swiatek, I couldn't recall exactly how long her doping penalty was, but it was scandalous, as was Sinner's, because they're at the top of their profession and they're both cheating. And so, I don't that doesn't sit well with me. If I'm talking about the Wimbledon weekend, that's a major thing with me, is that these two people, everybody's saying, oh, Sinner, the Sinner and Alcaraz rivalry is so wonderful. No, to me, the thing is both Wimbledon winners are convicted cheaters.
Dope fiends.
Dope fiends.
Why? This is coming from the same person who last week came in here and said, I miss the Tour de France having dopers.
Well, I was kidding about that. I mean, that was a joke.
That one's fine. There's certain sports where it helps.
I mean, yeah, Lance Armstrong. Lance
Baseball.
Armstrong.
All of them. And certain sports as in all of them.
I mean, the illusion of it not being there in the NFL, I guess, helps,
Okay, whatever happened to Lance Armstrong, by the way?
I want to do this. Well, Lance Armstrong's got one of the top sports podcasts in America.
He does?
He does, yes. He was covering the Tour
What's
de
it called?
France. I don't know. You'll have to tell me.
Live strong.
The thing that I find interesting about everything that's happened in sport is that you're one of the few still clutching on to this. I think it's become so normalized that everyone thinks that everyone in sports is trying to get some sort of competitive edge, and many of them are being caught. It doesn't stand to reason that somebody is beating all the cheats cleanly.
Right. Well, that's the problem, though, that we've painted ourselves into a corner as sports fans. Cal Raleigh hits 38 home runs before the All-Star break, and it's natural to wonder, when will he be convicted of doping? What kind of steroids has he been using? I'm not saying he is. He may be as clean as the driven snow, but it's natural to wonder, and that's too bad. It's too bad.
I wonder if many people are doing much in the way of wondering anymore. I feel like all of this has largely gone away. That Wimbledon there are very few people doing what you just did with dope fiends today.
I don't think about this at all anymore. Like you just mentioned Cal Raleigh. You saying that is the first time I've thought about that this season.
Really?
I just don't think about it.
Wow. So it doesn't occur to you that a relative no-name player comes out of nowhere, hits 38 home runs on a record pace, and what about him?
So are you doing that? Are you doing that anytime that you see anything marvelous? I know Amin got mad at me on LeBron doing unprecedented things at an unprecedented age when I'm not even accusing him of anything. I'm just saying, if you have to bet and be right whether the best people in sports are beating all of the cheaters clean, do you know how much better you have to be than everyone? That everyone else is cheating and you're doing it right and you're beating all the cheaters. They can't beat you. Like, that doesn't make any sense. What sense does that make? I'm assuming that everyone in sports is way out ahead of everybody who is monitoring testing because they have the science and the economy of the science around it. Aren't you?
No, I don't assume Cal Raleigh is dirty.
You just brought it up.
You brought it up.
You made me think about it for the
None
first
of us were
time.
thinking about
reasonable
it except
doubt.
you.
Look at that.
He's not telling us how to think.
I brought it up because in an age where it was only one baseball generation ago that the biggest names in the league were convicted.
Well, thank you for bringing that up because I will tell you.
Thank you for bringing
guys,
that up, video.
I will tell you guys that I don't know whether this is happening to you at all, nor do I know if you guys take any inventory of when some of your patterns and habits had changed. For example, I don't know if many of you have any idea when you started using the telephone to simply text, that you didn't use it or as a computer, but never as a phone. I don't know if you have a time and place when this happened to you, but somewhere along the line in streaming, I'm going to say in the last 4 years, 5 years, as we've changed what we've done around here and how it is that you guys access it, my viewing habits have changed a lot. And one of the ways that it's changed is the YouTube algorithm absolutely knows how to feed me. And so I get caught this weekend in just a flume of Jose Canseco interviews. As you mentioned, steroids, and I'm just looking at multiple documentaries, poorly made documentaries, okay? The documentaries that start with like 7 houses, studios that have horses running, like there's 7 of them. Some of them are in foreign lands, and you're like, this can't be any good. But Canseco was actually, it's hard to explain Canseco to people when you think about what we were just talking about, because Canseco brought in the advent of steroids, really did, standing in right field as Fenway Park is heckling him and yelling about syringes and stuff, and he's just making muscles in right field because he was the first one who got to the stuff.
He's just flexing like Hulk Hogan?
Yes, like they're all booing him and stuff, and he's a villain. But it's really hard to explain to people. One of the documentaries I was just watching was so sad because they're talking to his girlfriend, and what she's saying makes it clear that 3 minutes later they're going to break up. Like what she's saying to the camera about, oh, he's just a baby. Without baseball, he just cries and doesn't know how to do anything else. And he just reminds me of almost every Cuban man I've ever met. And it was just a Cuban meathead had 40-40 in baseball, and it was majestic. He just didn't know what to do. Like the man was a toddler, and he's like, let me date Madonna. He's just running around as just Cuban meathead. Tony, your father, his friends, my father, his friends, they all loved Canseco.
I know the archetype.
They loved Canseco.
16th Street, by the way, in Southwest.
It's named after him. That street
Not
is
anymore.
Oh no, they took it down. That's right.
Used to be
Dope
R.I.P.
fiend.
Think about how few chances the Cuban American male has had to have one of his fellow meatheads at the very top of a sport. What got us there? Dope fiend. Like there was no way to it. Like he stunk compared to Tartable and Palmero. How did he get ahead of him? He's been using steroids since he's 25. And he's been using it for 25 years. And now he's on camera talking about, I have no sex drive. I can get no testosterone on my own. My body has forgotten how to make it.
I mean, when I was a kid, so we're talking like late 80s with Canseco, he came off as a superhero as a kid watching baseball. He was like so much cooler than everybody else. Yeah. He was a superhero if you were a kid.
It's strange, though, to see how much baseball bodies have changed, that he was the superhero, and now look at Aaron Judge. And I don't think people are assuming Aaron Judge is on steroids. I think they think that he naturally comes by
until now
that physique. You think most people know that The Rock is on steroids? Do you think because he denies it and he's in his 50s? No one looks like.
Wait, you're sounding like you're an authority on this matter. You just said he denies it, but you think most people know that The Rock is on
Look
steroids?
at him, is what I'm saying.
Oh, wow.
Just look at him. He's 50 years old. People don't look like that at 50 years old.
Hold on a second.
Time to throw away all journalistic credibility and get reckless. Here is something we like to call reckless speculation.
You're good.
Thank you, Dad.
Good enthusiasm there. It takes a while for the car to crank up in the morning.
What makes you think he's on steroids? That guy right there.
I see that some people are surprised recently by the total disintegration of the Liver King, whose entire story unraveled as soon as people found out that he was denying steroid use, even though, again, I think it's a credible accusation to just say, look at him! You don't look like that.
Spent like $30,000 a month on steroids.
But
$30,000 a month
while denying it the whole time, and now has just not that he hasn't always been off the deep end, but now he's talking about killing Joe Rogan and has just gone full lunatic because they've taken what was his identity. Do you know who the Liver King is?
No.
I don't like that guy.
Should I?
No.
You'd have no reason to know that. No, but I just assume if I'm looking at somebody who's over 50 years old and they look like that, I'm going to go ahead and assume that that's not natural and that's not because he's eating egg whites. That's not.
Or liver.
No, is that the Liver King?
That is the Liver King, yes, because he claimed that he looked like that by just eating liver, just eating meat.
Mortals.
My ancestors used to eat liver all the time. Nana Doogie. I'm not even saying this as a joke, but it's real. Like I grew up, chicken liver was all over the house. Like I love chicken liver. Not so much the other. Nana used to eat any animal liver, she would eat it. I confine myself to chicken livers. which were really good. You know, I endorse liver.
Why'd you stop? What happened? Like it sounds like you retired it without knowing.
I really do enjoy it.
I love how he just pulls away from the microphone and he's just talking directly to Zaz.
It's gotten so much worse. And what's funnier about it as it gets worse is I can't help but smile because look at how patchy that mustache is. This has been weeks.
The summer is heating up with Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four.
Light him up, Johnny!
On July 25th.
Time to save the planet.
What's the plan?
Trust me. I hate that plan.
It's a bad plan. Come on.
Terrible
That's
idea.
a stupid plan.
Prepare for fantastic.
We will face this together as a family.
Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four. First steps. Only in theaters July 25th. Rated PG-13. Some material may be inappropriate for children under 13. Get tickets now.
Right now, at the Home Depot, you'll find storage solutions made to fit your needs. Grab an HDX Tough Tote to protect your tools. Or keep your sports equipment contained with reinforced snap-fit lids. Or stack up and make better use of your space with bins and totes built to last. Whatever you're storing, we've got the gear to keep it organized and protected at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Don Batard.
Yeah, very
Imagine if someone told you couldn't have a Corvette.
Stugotz.
I'm a grown-ass man who's not filthy rich. I can't afford a Lamborghini. Well, I probably can, but that's
Whoa!
Hey!
Okay, Greg. No,
This is the Don Batard Show with the Stugotz.
How does Arlene feel about the fuzz on the top of your dead upper lip?
Yeah, it's funny you should ask that because I talked to her about that on the Greg Cody Show podcast, which dropped today, just a couple hours ago.
So many downloads already. 9:13
Hockey
a.m.
sticks.
Thank you very
Just
much.
hockey sticks.
Suffice to say, she does not approve of my mustache.
Oh, no.
But there's a means to
Spoiler
an
alert.
end. It's a means to an end because it's socially acceptable when you have a pencil-thin mustache to dye it. Yeah. So that's the plan here with Greg, that it's not just going to be grown for you to see a patchy mustache. He's going to go full Arthur Blank, full Clark Gable.
Why are you doing this?
Mike actually brought it up a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like,
it's a good look for him.
Why the hell not?
Clark Gable?
Yeah. Like Vince McMahon, he looked great when he did that.
He really is.
You're giving Greg this advice. You're doing it with a straight face from under your ridiculous mustache.
Ridiculous. It's not ridiculous. It's just a mustache.
It's a good-looking stash.
I saw an Esquire article. It's a Summer of the Mustache.
Put it on the poll at Batard Show, and I may be outdated in making fun of these things because I know how popular they are and with young people, but just put it on the poll anyway at Batard Show. Is it redundant to say the words ridiculous mustache?
He really is starting to look like Arthur Blank. Like, we should do a side-by-side. Like,
No, I'm going for Clark Gable. You know, I'm trying to attract Audrey Hepburn.
Go for whatever you want.
Yes. Just go for it.
You know.
I just don't think a lot of people are doing that particular mustache. For example, he's mentioning Arthur Blank. We first discovered that mustache 15 years ago. There have been no newcomers on that front. Clark Gable had retired it because that kind of mustache, I don't believe, is something that had been in style in any way. Who are you emulating right now?
I love that he sees a photo of Arthur Blank with a pencil-thin mustache, and he's like, yeah, points to it. I like that.
That's a good-looking man.
It's distinguished.
Yeah, that
it really
guy,
is.
he does look like an actor from the 50s. Yeah, he really does. That's the look I'm after. But don't judge the mustache yet because it's not fully grown.
Yeah, we haven't dyed it yet.
Yeah. I mean, I can't grow a beard in a week and a half like some guys can. You know, it takes me a while.
It might be helpful if you became a dope fiend. It helps things grow faster.
Does it?
Yes,
that's
HGH.
HGH. Well, that's the thing. Like, it's dangerous. You got to get like a full body scan before you do the HGH because it grows everything that's in your body. So if you have cancer cells, like that's
multiplies
part of the
it.
fear.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's my man right
Greg,
there.
that's the preview, okay? So when you're looking at that, that's not yet up on the TV screen for the viewer.
Our video team has kind of followed his cadence and knows to immediately put it on the main feed now.
Clark Gable and Arthur Blank both look more regal than you do. They have ties. They have a distinguished sort of dignity that, no offense,
Yeah, but the
I don't
picture
have it
isn't
either. I don't have it either.
The picture isn't complete, and to hear this coming from Dan is just absurd.
I just mentioned.
I just started wearing collared shirts 6 months ago.
I know, right? He still wears T-shirts and, thinks it looks good. It's okay. It's fine.
I mean, look how good Vince McMahon looks there. He looks great.
Yeah, no, he looks fine.
Thank you for bringing up Vince McMahon. It allows me to segue seamlessly into some of the stuff from the weekend in combat sports. Can you look up for me, please? I want to get to some Conor McGregor sound here in a second. Now, I don't think Conor McGregor's fought since 21. The sport, UFC misses him desperately because it doesn't
See, socially acceptable when you have a pencil thin one to
Gotta be
dye
on
it.
the lip, yeah.
You gotta dye it. And people don't hold it against you. If you're gonna go for that type of look.
That guy's crazy looking.
John Waters?
Is that? Oh, that's John Waters?
Who is that?
Avant-garde director.
Mm-hmm.
That is a mustache, though, that is way too close to his upper lip, and it does not have the proper proportion to the nose. The mustache needs to be centered.
Awful.
It looks like it has been put up by a carpenter who's no good at putting things up correctly. That needs to go in the middle. It doesn't. It doesn't. But you're going for what? You're going for Clark Gable. You're going for 60s movie star because the back in my day music was cued because you started talking about Mad Magazine, and I wanted to ask you, magazine, what's that?
Oh, well, Mad used to. They still publish Mad Magazine. The magazines never quite go away. People, Life. They're all still around.
Not true in any way.
Yeah, it is.
Magazines go away all the time. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, but they still publish though. They have. It's like newspapers. They still publish, but they also have an online thing you can like. Rolling Stone's another one. I happen to subscribe to Rolling Stone online. You can actually get the magazine.
Are you positive that Mad Magazine is still printing? You're positive?
I am as sure as I can be without really knowing.
You're on one today, Greg.
Yes.
Mustache Greg is different.
I'm semi-positive, yeah.
Okay, because I can't imagine that Mad Magazine is selling well, very, very well anymore. But I wanted to ask Mike specifically because on Hulu I was watching, I haven't gotten through all of it, but a documentary about Wayne Rooney and his wife Colleen Rooney's court case and situation where allegedly a teammate's wife was revealing some of what it is was on Colleen Rooney's Instagram privately, and the betrayal ended up in the court system. But the thing that it got me to thinking about is tabloids, because Wayne Rooney had some bad behavior in public, had some bad behavior with drinking, and I was surprised that he participated in this documentary. It's 3 parts about just how crazy it was in this situation to be Colleen Rooney.
Wayne Rooney, by the way, is the same age as Ronaldo and Messi. Those are his contemporaries, but he hasn't played in like a decade, basically, because of how hard he went.
Yes, he was a partier, and it was pretty clear from this documentary that there's one Wayne Rooney when he's not drinking, and then another one his wife doesn't recognize when he is. But the thing that it got me to thinking about, I don't know if this is still true in England, what Greg Cody is saying about tabloids, newspapers, etc. I imagine in England tabloids are still a big deal, still now today, whereas I don't think of New York anymore as that being a big deal. Do I have that wrong in no longer thinking that it matters at all to play in New York City because the tabloids are mean? Have things changed so much in how it is that we cover things, and as the newspaper becomes such an artifact that the tabloid city and the tabloid pressure is no longer a thing in the United States? I think it's still alive in Britain.
Well, it's different, and I have to check, but I think what happened around Princess Di kind of changed the laws around there. They have very strict libel laws over there. Slander is a big deal. If, for example, and this has happened several times in world football, a player will get arrested for a sexual assault allegation. They'll get processed through the system, and their identity, there's some online hearsay, but it's kept secret. When people go through these things, largely they do so in private over there because there's such strict liability laws.
Well, this getting to a slander case was kind of amazing because Colleen Rooney was taken to court for simply accusing on Instagram a teammate's wife of leaking her private Instagram photos.
I would assume that. I think you're right about the New York tabloids. in the sense that I think social media has probably taken some of that away, because it's not just like, hey, New York tabloids, it's crazy to play there. It's kind of like that everywhere in this country now because of social media.
Well, put this on the poll, Juju, at Le Batard Show. Has social media made tabloids, or has social media replaced tabloids?
Yeah, like just what you're talking about right now. When I was working with Chelsea, we kind of had to follow the UK governance, and there were certain issues that were open fodder on social media by the Chelsea fan base, and you could not discuss it because of the liability.
Well, this is the poll question I meant to put up. Has social media made every sports city a tabloid city?
I still think of New York as the exception to the rule. Maybe it's wishful thinking on my part, but I think the Post and the Daily News are what they've always been. They still have the crazy, funny headlines. I think when you go in the New York City subway, it's still fairly common to see people reading a tabloid. Now, I haven't been in an NYC subway in a couple of years, but I think it's the exception.
I think sports radio still plays a major role in that regard up in New York City.
But tabloids, when I think of tabloids, it made me wonder whether or not that is a thing that could even happen in the United States anymore, the thing that happened in Britain, because I believe the tabloid wars still keep people competitive like crazy, whether there's rigorous slander laws or not. Do you guys agree that Arthur Blank looks like the mayor and the arch-villain in every DC comic movie? Both the mayor and the arch-villain. Mm-hmm. Do you believe that he looks like the famous prized art thief who gets persuaded by his old crew to do one last heist?
Yes, I love that. It's always one last one.
Does Arthur Blank look like at any minute he'll steal 101 Dalmatians? Yes. Does he look like a retired vampire who trains young up-and-coming vampires so he can give back to the community? His house does... If I told you his house was haunted, you wouldn't be surprised, right?
Not one bit.
If I told you his house was haunted, he knew it and took pride in it, you would not be surprised either, correct?
Several rooms in his mansion that have chairs that have sheets over it.
Sheets? I thought we went with plastic and we put an actual knight in the house in armor next to the grandfather clock. That's the grandfather clock does not work.
Now, plastic couches don't give off haunting.
Yeah.
Sheets, though.
Yeah, sheets do.
Sheets give off haunting more than...
we don't
draped over the chair.
We've draped over the furniture in this haunted room.
Yeah, that's the set of the Addams Family is what you're describing. One of the great shows of all time.
Every time...
And a paper-thin mustache in that one.
Yeah.
One of the great shows of all time, huh?
It is, the Addams Family.
Yeah. I put that one on the poll. I think you're going to have some buy-in.
The Addams Family. Da-da-da-da. 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 Good snapping. That was well
Zaslow,
done.
do you not snap your fingers, Zaslow?
I don't know how to snap.
What? What?
What do you mean you don't know how to? You don't know. Everyone knows how to snap their fingers.
I mean, like I guess I know how to, but like I can't do it.
Try. Yeah, that's a bad.
You're going the wrong way. Yeah, you got to go this way. It's the finger that hits the palm that makes the noise, not the thumb.
It's all on the middle finger.
I'm trying.
Getting warmer.
That is crazy that you don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I can't snap. I can't blow bubbles either. Bubble gum. All my friends, like when we were in school, in middle school, elementary, they would blow their bubbles, and I'm like, I can't do that.
They were having so much fun.
They look like it was fun. Like it pops, gets in your mouth sometimes. Not me.
It's simply shocking to learn that an adult human being I've known for a very long time does not know how to snap his fingers.
You got some idiosyncrasies to your game.
At Le Batard Show, put it on the poll. Do you know anyone who doesn't know how to snap their fingers? At Le Batard Show.
According to the internet, apparently 67% of people can snap their fingers.
That's actually shocking.
I can't whistle either. I don't know how to whistle.
Really?
Wow.
That's, man.
What if it's a perfect day? What if it's a perfectly cold day? Do you think you can do it a little bit better? You don't know how to whistle either. I don't know how to whistle either.
What?
I don't. Are you an expert whistler?
I can whistle?
The Cody's whistle.
Yeah. My dad used to whistle all the time.
Dick Cody.
He'd walk around with a hand in a
Oh,
pocket.
whistling Dick is what they call him.
Please tell us
Uncle
more.
Dick will whistle in his backswing during golf.
No, he has. He has done that. He literally has done
It's got to
that.
be hilarious to watch.
It is every time. We're like, what did he?
He also hums in his backstroke.
Yeah. He'll just be up there like da da da.
Yeah.
I'd Venmo you like $30 to watch this.
People don't snap anymore. They don't snap. They don't whistle. They don't hum.
Finally, I'm fitting in.
Yeah. I mean, people don't. That's a lost art.
People are doing it less, for sure.
Yeah, it's a lost art.
Put it on the
Don't
poll,
scat
please. At Le Batard Show, is whistling a lost art?
It absolutely is.
At Le Batard Show.
Living with schizophrenia isn't easy, especially when you're not getting relief from some of your symptoms. It can be hard when you're still dealing with symptoms, like hearing voices or seeing things that aren't there. And negative symptoms, like feeling unmotivated or avoiding social situations. If this sounds familiar, it might be time to talk to your healthcare provider and explore a different kind of schizophrenia treatment. Discover your possibilities at treatingscz.com.
Don Le Batard.
I heard that as a woman faking pain. I didn't think that sounded real. I really didn't. You know.
It was not fake. It was in no way fake.
Yeah.
You can spot a woman faking it?
Stugotz.
Yes, I can, Jess.
Expert.
I've been married 40 years.
This is the Don Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
I heard the other day something after we spoke about July 4th and the dangers of July 4th and how it is the most dangerous day in America where people get hospitalized and hurt. I heard a Bill Polian interview where Bill Polian was talking about during his executive days that he and all the other executives would just wait by the phone all weekend knowing that somebody was going to get in trouble, something bad was going to happen, a player was going to have an issue of some sort. The firework incidents usually take a few days to arrive. You don't hear about it on July 5th. So I don't know. Did you guys see what happened with Najee Harris? Where I read it and I'm like, fireworks, accident, eye injury. And I'm like, oh no. Like, what does that even mean? I immediately hear that and I'm like, fireworks accident, eye injury, how bad is that? And I was also surprised to learn, although perhaps I should not have been, that the Pittsburgh Steelers were done with Najee Harris. That happened very quickly. I thought he was useful. I thought he was good. I thought they were very limited offensively for reasons that didn't have to do anything with him. And then the running back is disposable, so they don't want to just keep paying that contract after it has expired. And so a first-round pick I thought was pretty good for them, serviceable, is now so expendable. Tony, did he sign a one-year deal?
He's in LA now. He's a Charger, for those that don't know.
He signed a one-year deal.
Yeah, a prove-it deal, obviously. Obviously, they've had a couple of guys come in and out that have had those prove-it deals, like J.K. Dobbins last season. But they said the eye injury was superficial, which I didn't really understand.
That means he's going to be really ugly the next time we see him.
Like he's going to play, but it was superficial. It's like, is that his eyelid ripped off? Does he have an eyelid to close? Like, what's going on here?
The Chargers would rather have what happened than a knee injury.
Well, it depends. I mean, if you lose an eye, it's, that equals a bad knee injury.
I really don't think we have to do comparison shopping on what the Chargers would prefer to have.
I want to hear him do the math, though. Like, what kind of knee injury is it?
How bad would the eye injury have to be?
If it's a torn ACL.
Collateral.
Now, we rate injuries, right? Like an Achilles is worse than a torn ACL.
Yes, we do. We rate injuries.
Right. And so, what am I, backing away from the mic again? This guy's obsessed with the microphone.
This guy.
I wish you were a little more.
I do what I do.
Speaking of fireworks, I will tell you guys that you will not be surprised by this, okay? So I told you guys that right before July 4th, I was just driving past one of those giant fireworks places, and I'm like, yeah, I'll go in there. And then everything was 2 for $1 or 3 for $1. So I leave with just my arms filled with fireworks.
The visual of you walking out of that store.
I wish we had security cam footage. But like I said, they asked for my license and stuff. So I'm legitimately now driving home with a car full of explosives.
I like the idea of someone seeing you walk out with your arms full. Like that Le Batard gets after it on 4th of July.
Yeah, so I go in there and I got $130 worth of fireworks, and it was an enormous amount, okay? But then July 4th came, and I was a little scared. I'm not kidding you.
Another visual I'd like to see.
Well, wait till you see. Wait till you see where and how my fear escalates and where it goes. Because
do you plan on shooting it off your balcony?
Well, here's the thing. I did at one point, but then I realized no. These are explosives that are going to leave char all over the balcony. Like I can't. These are explosives. Like I can't do this off of my balcony, any of my balcony. And so I tell my wife I'm going to go to the park, and she's like, "Don't do that."
Yeah.
And she's like, "You're going to get arrested." And I'm like, "What, for being too patriotic? I'll go to jail."
Attaboy. That would be a headline.
Attaboy. Batard arrested July 4th. Too patriotic. I would go bail you out.
But so
you need to balance out the narrative around you.
So she says, "Don't do that. Don't."
You did on July 4th.
And she's also looking through them, and she's like, "I think these fireworks stink. There's something in there called the disco turkey and stuff."
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Whisker do's, whisker don'ts.
So I go to the park, all right, and I just take the smallest one, the very smallest of the explosives. And I light the fuse, and I walk away.
Walk away, power move.
What happens next is such a bombardment of neighborhood machine gun fire and smoke that I run out of the park because I don't want to be seen by anybody
oh my God.
in a neighborhood where it won't stop. Like I get to my car, it's still going. It's just, and anybody who's listening to this, because it's like 7 days after July 4th. I didn't do it on July 4th.
Oh, I thought this was on the 4th.
No, I was too scared to do it. And so I did the smallest one. The very smallest one. And it was such a rat-a-tat-tat of like 90 seconds of neighborhood machine gun fire on an otherwise tranquil, sunny afternoon that I immediately came home and gave my fireworks away to a couple of my friends.
Your firework friends.
They have teenage kids. My teenage kid friends. But yes, my fireworks friends.
Wait a minute. You shot off fireworks in the afternoon?
I did, yes.
Who does that?
Well, I needed a park that was empty. I needed a park that had no people in it. And
this is so strange.
Most people wait for people to be around to light fireworks.
And wait till nighttime so that you can see them.
You're just fiending for the fireworks.
I want to be alone at 5 p.m. on a Saturday.
You're a fireworks fiend.
Need it.
I needed to test the smallest one, and it frightened me. So I cannot imagine what the Mississippi missile does. Because that was a big-ass box that had a bunch of rockets in it that I believe that I could take out an area code with.
Fireworks are dumb.
It's so dumb.
Oh, my God.
I love them, though. I'm with you.
I don't know.
They're also...
what's the appeal?
Mail.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is.
That's all it is.
Light something on fire, watch it explode.
Hi,
brother. Yeah.
I made fire.
You lit fireworks. You lit fireworks.
I'm in.
Damn right you are. Well, don't say fireworks are dumb.
Well, they are. Like I'm looking at myself. They're dumb.
We like dumb things. Yeah. There are dumb movies that we love.
Speaking of which, the algorithm also has me, like I told you guys last week, on shark stuff, and I'm just getting a bombardment of the celebration of Jaws at 50 years.
Dude, same. You know there's a great white shark in a lake? Nowhere is safe. These killing machines are everywhere. Can you believe that movie is 50 years old? 50 years old? And yeah, the practical effects maybe not hold up these days, but the terror does. It's really, truly one of the greatest, most impactful movies of all time.
We talked about this the other day. It's the best horror movie of all time, if it classifies as horror. But I'm going to give you a handful of facts that I've learned. I think you're going to find all of them interesting, okay? Steven Spielberg was in his 20s when he made it. Panic attack. So far over budget and didn't know how to make a movie on water. Thought he'd never work again. Feared the entire time that he was going to get fired. And thought that he would never have another job.
Did he have anything else under his belt at that point?
Nothing big.
Nothing big. He was in his early 20s. Also, the shark didn't work 80% of the time. They had 3 sharks, and they built it in fresh water, and it immediately started breaking when they used it in salt water. And can you imagine this? I'd like to see some of the outtakes. It would all often come out of the water tail first, which would screw up the movie. But you can imagine how hard it was to make something that looked that realistic, because it's before any special effects. They had to do everything on the water for real. It was not only the first blockbuster, Mike. I can think about how
it truly was the first ever summer blockbuster.
Yes, well,
50 years ago. What a time, Greg, especially for you. Miller Lite was invented and Jaws.
The same year.
Yeah. No, I remember that movie, watching it in the theater.
With Miller Lite.
I'm going to
No.
say something that has to be viewed as shocking, and yet I don't think any of you will disagree. A shark movie is responsible for the single most famous music ever to appear in movies.
Yeah, I think so.
Ahead of Star Wars?
Ranks up there.
I think so. It makes you feel something. If someone plays that music, there's something foreboding. There's something bad that's going to happen. It's instantly recognizable. Yeah,
50 years later, for
incredibly simple too.
For 50 years later, for music like that to endure from a shark movie.
I hate to say it, I don't think Jaws holds up that well. I think it's a very fake-looking shark. I thought it was then. Don't get me wrong, the scene is scary, but it's fake. It's like going to Disney World and their version of a shark coming up out of the water. I don't think it was well done. It was for the time.
You don't think Jaws was well done?
No, not the.
You don't think
the shark
Stevens,
itself.
a movie that we're talking about for 50 years,
No, I
was
think
well done?
the fake-looking shark was almost laughable, if I'm being honest.
Laughable.
Under that mustache.
Traumatize the nation. Hey everybody, it's Mike. Down here in South Florida, as the audience well knows, we've been celebrating a proper championship, and we've been enjoying every minute of it. And by my side throughout that entire championship celebration has been Miller Lite. Yeah, I wanted to make my championship time a Miller time because much like most of the fun memories I've had as an adult, Miller Lite has been right there by my side, supplementing every experience. And now that I'm about to travel during the summer, you can rest assured I'm going to be having plenty of Miller Lite along the way, because that's what summer's all about. And since 1975, Miller Lite has been right there in all those memories for you listening right now. It's the 50th anniversary of Miller Lite. That's 50 years of great taste, great friends, great moments. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. Cheers to 50 years of Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.